Tribe, what's up? Tribe and YouTube fam. In this video, I just have a short little snapshot what I wanted to share with you because we always talk about being the most successful version of us. We always talk about identity. And I always talk about too, your old identity is going to creep in. Okay. Your old identity isn't going to go away. Okay. You're trying to get it dormant, but it's going to sneak back in there. And I have a wonderful story what happened to me yesterday about my old identity I wanted to share with you guys. Which is so true. And it's going to come with when you're trying to do this work. And when you go through this, it's always frustrating. You know what I mean? It's always frustrating when you feel like you go back to your old self or you go back to your old habits. And I just thought that this just being transparent, it happens to Chad, it happens to me. And it doesn't matter how long you've been doing this work. It does, you know what I mean? It's still going to happen from time to time. You're still going to fall backwards. But anyway, what's my story? What I want to share with you. I'm in my little Nook office here in Thailand. I'm up in Surin, by the way. So that's my Nook computers, or at least my desktop. I got my sparkling water. No, it's not beer. I know you guys have a dirty mind out there. But but anyway, just wanted to share this story with you, and let's get rocking. This happened actually yesterday, so I almost did this video last night, but I was sleepy. And we are to kind of set the premise. We're leaving for Da Nang, Vietnam in 4 days. So since we're leaving in 4 days, yesterday it really happened to Ang, not me, but Ang was hanging out with one of her cousins. They go shopping, like in the village, kind of like it's a small, like a little tiny little pass through town to buy veggies and food and fruit, all that stuff. So she went there and she came back, and all of a sudden she comes to me and she says, "Well, Chad, have you seen my purse?" I was like, "No," and she's kind of panicky a little bit. She's kind of going around the house looking for her purse. Then she comes back to me. She has Noon. Noon is her cousin. So to help her look for her purse, because they pretty much just got back from the store. And it's been maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes gone by. So she starts to flip out because everything's in her purse. And for a Thai, that's kind of a big deal because you're dealing with a different country. It's not, she has her Thai ID in there. She has her bank cards, all her bank cards, all her ID. She has her dad's ID in there and his retirement card, because they have like a retirement card in Thailand. So she has everything in her purse, plus her phone, plus the motorbike keys. So everything's in her purse. And she's flipping out. Then I'm telling her, well, you have to go back to the store where you were because maybe you left it there. And so you got to go back there. You got to go back there because, granted, she has a big house for Thai, but it's not 5,000 square feet. You get me on that? And so she looked all over. And so she's getting ready to leave. Noon and hers getting ready to go to the store. It's pouring down rain. So, I can see her drive by. I can see her leave anyway. As her leave, her face, like something you have just extreme anxiety, extreme fear, like you're flipping worried. It's all over her face. Okay. But when this is going on, I have this like old feeling, this old identity creep in, this old worry, doubt, and fear creep in. And when she was coming to me, doing all this, I got up and I was kind of looking around. But as I'm looking around, I'm kind of stifling this old version of me, this old version of just worry and doubt, because at first I almost exploded. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. I'm human. I didn't, but I felt it. I felt it coming on because my first thought was, dude, we're leaving for Da Nang, Vietnam in 4 days. Why would you sit your purse down somewhere? You know what I mean? And that's what's kind of going through my mind is because when you live in a different country, it's different. Okay, it's not the same rules of your country. No matter how many people do Thailand videos, you live in a different country. Okay, different country, different set of rules. It's also a different set of rules for the locals. So yes, Aang has her passport. It's here in the drawer. The passport's all right here. So she's not losing her passport, but she's losing her Thai ID. Now, lots of times they ask for that Thai ID, okay, not just the passport. So, in according to her, Aang, it can take a long time to get everything, to basically cancel her bank cards, cancel everything, get everything new. Like it's a hassle. You know what I mean? It's a hassle in any country, but when it's happening 4 days before you leave, it starts to cause a little bit of pressure, or it starts to look like, or maybe I'm the only one going on vacation. You get me? Maybe I'm the only one going to Da Nang, Vietnam this time, and I'll have to send Aang pictures back how much fun I'm having. Well, I'm keeping light of it, but I really have this immense feeling. Like when I was kind of walking around looking for the purse, I was just at first I almost flipped out. Just seriously, I almost just like, why? Like why? Like why would you lay it down? Like why? Why? What are you thinking? Type of thing. But that just adds, that's pretty much when there's a little fire, that just adds gasoline to the fire. You get me on that? Like I did stop myself. I cooled down. I was thinking. I immediately switched to that high version of me, and that's why I kind of looked at it really quick. Is that when there's a little fire, what do you do? Do you throw gasoline on it and make it a bigger fire to make it worse, or do you throw water on it to put it out? Okay, so what do you do? And so I didn't say anything. I was kind of, I stifled what I wanted to say. Okay. Then immediately I started thinking I need to calm down. I need to think. I really need to think like the most successful version of Chad. Like what would this person do? Okay. And I mean, this is kind of really fast in my mind. Is that the most successful version of you isn't going to flip out. You get me on that. Your most successful version of you is just going to look at it as perception. Okay, your most successful version of you is like, okay, yes, you lost your purse. Go to the store, it's there waiting for you. That's the most successful version of you. The most successful version of you, even if she lost her purse and didn't get it back and someone took it and stole it, okay, it does happen in Thailand. Okay, Thai people still, I mean, it's the normal country. Okay, and what happened if she didn't find it? That most successful version of you to be okay with it. It's okay. We'll buy you a new phone. So what? Okay, it's okay. Even though it's a hassle, you're go. You have to get a new Thai ID and all that stuff. Everything will be done perfect. You're still be able to go to Da Nang. Don't worry about it. You see, that's the most successful version of you. Again, that's kind of what I first started off. This old version started to creep in, but I stopped it. Okay, I didn't let it overtake me, and I immediately started thinking about what's this most successful version of Chad. What are they gonna do? Okay. And so to kind of sum up the story, that's what I did. They left. Okay, they left on the motorbike to go to the store to check the purse. But the funny story is, it doesn't end there, because this is how when you're dealing with a Chad. This is my personality anyway. So they leave. Right when they leave, they take off. Because remember me telling you, they take off. I'm looking at Aang's face, and she just has worry all over her face. And I'm walking around the house. I was just led to kind of still look. Okay, did they miss it? And my golly, they did. I found it. Okay, I found the purse. It was and it was laying right beside the bathroom on the floor. So I'm walking through the kitchen. The bathroom's kind of catty cornered off the kitchen. I'm kind of walking through to kind of see. Well, I know she was sitting outside. Did she sit outside? Did it just happen to fall in between like the picnic tables or the tables? So I'm kind of looking, and I happen to walk through the kitchen, and I glance over near the bathroom, and I see it laying on the floor. I'm like, holy! So I pick it up, and I take it in, but they already left. Guy's here. Now Guy is her brother's son. So Guy would be, I mean, a nephew, something like that. I don't know. This isn't a family heritage video. But anyway, noon, because Aang didn't have her phone because she left it in her purse. her phone's blowing up. It was noon. Her cousin is calling her phone to see if somebody would pick up, maybe at the store or something like that. So I see her phone ringing. They're calling Guy to see if Guy found it. So I tell, see, Guy can't speak that much English. I speak a little bit Thai. So I tell Guy, shh, don't tell him I found it. That's how evil Chad is. That's the evilness in me. I was like, shh, don't tell him. Don't tell him I found it. And so he didn't. So they come back. So when they come back, I'm at the computer because I'm working. So that's why I showed you my computer. I'm literally sitting here at the computer working. And I see Ian kind of walk in. And her face is still like worried. She looked like she was going to cry. So I said, "Did you find your purse?" And she's like, "No, it's not there." They said they didn't see it. Somebody probably took it, but they could look at all the security cameras. And so I said, "Okay." And she's like, "Well, I'm gonna cry because that's gonna take a long time. You don't." And she's like, "You don't understand Thailand, Chad. You don't understand. Like when you lose your bank card and Thai ID, whatever, you have to jump through hoops again to get it." So so as she's leaving the room, she's like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna cry." She didn't know yet I had her purse. So I had her purse under the desk. So I took the purse, went out. I started talking to her. I had the purse in my hand, kind of hanging down. She just starts talking to me, but she has to like glance down, and she sees the purse, and she's like, "Did you have it the whole time?" That's it. That plus I had to explain. No, I didn't have it the whole time. I found it after you left, but I mean, of course, she wasn't mad at me, but she was happy that I found it, and she wanted to know where I found it. But that kind of wraps up the story. I don't want to keep on going on and on and on. Is the evilness at the end of it took over? I was like, make her sweat a little bit. You'd like, Chad, I would kill you. But anyway, it's so funny how even though I kept this kind of a light story, a funny story, and it ended kind of funny, and it ended good. Okay, she didn't lose everything. She didn't lose her purse. I found it. But it's funny how in those situations that we let our old self take over, we revert back to that old self. We revert back to worry and doubt. And remember what Napoleon Hill said: worry and doubt mixed together creates fear, and fear is crippling. Fear will make you fall apart. Fear will stop you in your tracks. Okay, fear will make you run back to your comfort zone, the same life that you complain about. That's your comfort zone. That's what fear does to you. And when you do this kind of work, what you have to understand is this isn't something you want to hear, but what you have to understand is that you're going to battle this old self. You're going to battle this old version of you, okay, from time to time. In the beginning, you might battle it every flipping day. You know what I mean? And that's really the mess people kind of stop. Once they get into this work, it's not as easy as they think it is. It's not as easy as, Chad, just give me a 24-hour technique. Okay, that's just a band-aid on your life. If you really want to live life on your terms, if you really want to call the shots, okay, you're going to remain in the fire, baby. That's bottom line. Okay, I mean, that's just me telling you the truth. You're going to battle this old version of you. Okay, bottom line. Okay, this old version of you, if you're 30 years old, this old version of you has been around for 30 years. Okay, these are 30-year habits you have, 30-year-old thinking habits you have, 30-year-old beliefs that don't serve you anymore that you have. What you're really battling. And like I said, my mind started to flip out there for a second because I start thinking like, okay, we're leaving for Da Nang in 4 days. She might not have her Thai ID. I don't know if they're going to let her on the flipping plane, even if she has her passport. Lots of times they want to double check, especially if you're Thai or Asian or you live in Asia. Okay, then I'm thinking, crap, she lost her phone. I'm going to go out and buy a new phone now. we all know how expensive phones are nowadays. But my mind starts going down that rabbit hole, but luckily I stopped it. Luckily I called it happening. I called the anxiety creeping in. I called it I called it and I stopped it. I reframed it, and then I told you the rest of the story. Okay, but the purpose of this, as we wrap this up, is you're always going to battle your old self. Your old self is always going to creep in, and in order to live life on your terms, you have to understand you're going to battle yourself. It's not a war between the outside world, my friends. It's an inner war between the old version of you, and this most successful version of you you're trying to become. Okay, you're gonna battle from time to time, but you want to come out on the other side. But anyway, my friends, anyway, tribe, YouTube fam, just want to share that with you. Remember, comment below. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Plus, further, check out the description. That's where all the nuggets are for you to check out. Other than that, remember, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.